Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Help Us Understand podcast. I'm Josh.
I am Zach.
And, of course, we like to discuss things that we don't fully grasp, we don't fully understand, which, to be perfectly honest, is quite a bit. Let me tell you something that I saw. I see a lot on Twitter. I can't get used to calling it X, so I'm still going to refer to it as Twitter.
Same.
Yeah. I mean, for those who are not in the know, Twitter is now called X, and that's very difficult for me. I don't know why. I guess I'm just dumb. But something that just, this is not the main topic, by the way. It's just something that I noticed. I keep seeing, when we're referring to presidential candidates, I keep seeing the other side do shit like, this is what this person looked like 5 years ago. Well, look at this picture today. What happened? And I'm looking at it like,
aged.
They fucking aged.
I don't look like what I did 5 years ago.
But what are they trying to prove? Like, I mean, is the perfect candidate going to look the same today as they did 5 years ago?
Let's be real. I'm going to say something very controversial, yet very accurate.
Oh, yay.
Oh, gay?
Yay, I said.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I mean, all right. We can use that too.
Yeah.
If we have a candidate that's attractive, they don't have a good policy.
Donald Trump's pretty good looking.
Really? I don't think about that. Have we ever had an attractive man or woman presidential candidate? I think maybe in like the 80s, Reagan maybe was viewed as, he was a TV celebrity. Maybe
vice presidential candidate?
Maybe vice president.
Because what was that dumb woman from Alaska? What was her name?
Lauren
No. She ran for vice president.
Oh, no, that's that stupid councilwoman. Oh, Sarah Palin.
Sarah Palin, yeah, she was kind of good looking.
Didn't win.
Well, no.
You know what I mean?
You said candidate.
Very true.
Right,
I mean, someone who's we're seriously considering as
no,
president.
I suppose not.
So is the condition that you have to be kind of ugly? Because...
Well, wait a minute. So attractive, you're saying in all of history?
As far as we've known, right?
I mean, I don't think it has anything to do with it. I just think a lot of older people run, and I'm not saying older people aren't attractive.
Is it that people who are attractive don't have time for politics? Which means we're always for
they have an OnlyFans?
Infinity until we're stupid, which we are.
Yeah.
We're getting there. We will only have uggos being president. Or term we learned last time, fugly.
Fugly. No, we knew about fugly.
Fugly people
apparently it has two meanings depending on the person.
Fat and ugly. Well, most of them are slightly overweight, you know.
Fucking, what are you saying?
I don't really know. I'm just trying to make a point, you know.
I guess I'm just saying, I just don't understand what happened to them? They aged.
Life.
They got gray hair.
Life.
They got wrinkles.
Right.
I have more gray hair today than I did a year ago.
People tried to kill them.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think that would give me a few gray hairs.
Yeah,
if I was out walking and somebody shot at me and it almost killed me.
Yeah.
I'd probably have a couple gray hairs the next day.
I'd probably have some turds in my pants too.
Have heart attack in the middle of my sleep probably. Be like, oh,
afterwards,
why? I don't know. You don't know me. I'm just Zach.
All right, that was just something
anyway, what I wanted to bring up before we really dove into the actual topic.
Okay.
So, you know how we celebrate holidays, right? Like on a daily or a monthly basis. There's usually like a 4th of July. We got Easter. We got Christmas. We got Thanksgiving. We got Halloween. We got Hashmusha. You know, whatever. Donut Day. That's my point.
Right.
Have you realized how many national holidays there are every single day?
Like they just have to have a day for... I don't know. Hang on. You're talking about recognized holidays by society or something that they've actually made a federal holiday?
Not a federal holiday, but recognized and written in by society. Confirmed, signed, sealed, delivered, whatever you want to call it.
Right.
It's official. It's official, but it's just not a federal government holiday.
Like National Talk Like a Pirate Day.
Let's just review how stupid we are.
All right.
September 2nd, Labor Day. Right?
Okay,
It's Labor Day. Everybody knows it's Labor Day.
Right.
It's also Calendar Adjustment Day.
What are you adjusting? Like getting
your
a new calendar? September what?
2nd. You adjust your calendar.
But adjust it how?
I don't know. It's also National Blueberry Popsicle Day.
Nah, you're making that
I'm not
up.
joking. I'm not joking. It is also National Live Fearless Day.
Live Fearless Day.
Yes. On September 2nd. Let's move on. Let's go to September 4th. Let's skip a little bit. There's not very many on this day. It's fantastic.
Okay.
Eat an extra dessert day.
I could get behind that.
Oh, I could too. I have no problem with that.
I do that most days.
National Macadamia Nut Day. Who decided that macadamia nuts needed a day?
Some Brazilian came up here and was like, you know what?
They would say Brazil nuts, not macadamia nuts.
Aren't macadamia nuts from Brazil?
I don't know. They're nuts.
Yeah, fair. Okay, yeah.
And then Global Talent Acquisition Day. First Wednesday of September. September 4th.
Talent Acquisition Day, like for any job?
I guess. This is what really just it ate me up today going,
just chaps
why?
my ass.
It does. September 6th, Great Egg Toss Day.
No, come on.
Yeah, no, I'm not joking. National 401k Day.
That's every day.
It says Friday after Labor Day. So apparently that's a thing.
Okay, fine, fair enough. But what makes it special about that day? Like, what do you do on National 401k Day?
You review your 401k.
I do that all the goddamn time.
I do that frequently. I don't think I would think to do it on September 6th.
No, it's not. I mean, at least it's not on my calendar.
But some of these really I don't understand, right? September 7th, National New Hampshire Day. I guess the state got a day. There was one in here, I don't know if I'll find it, but it was literally Stay Away from Seattle Day. I shit you not. Why?
I mean, that must have been...
What happened in life that we needed to make a day for literally every single thing?
You know what we should do? Hang on. This is what we should do. Let's try and see if we can create a day.
And like push it through.
And push it. Hashtags and everything. And see if we can actually make a day of it.
I like it.
What's something that we really like? That we both really like?
There's a lot of things. I mean, we like food.
There's already a pizza day.
Yeah. But there's probably already a day.
A food day.
We would have to be something so obscure that people would not like. National Axe Day.
Axe Day?
Yeah, like axes. A boat day. National Floki Day.
There probably is a boat day.
There probably is, yeah.
We'll come back to that.
Yeah,
let's take a week and try to figure out a day and see if we can get it to not
It gets
trend,
as weird, though, as September 9th is Wonderful Weirdos Day.
What does that mean?
Why? What does that mean? Who? Who are the weirdos? And the same day, it's National Boss Employee Exchange Day. So I guess you're supposed to change jobs with your boss?
I wouldn't want that shit.
I mean, I guess.
I would take the pay.
Places
we can swap the pay for a day.
For one day. Would that really be worth it?
Of course it would.
An extra, what, like $300?
I would
maybe for the day?
Well, I would do a couple of days of work and then I'd go to the bathroom and spend like extra time in there and come out and be like, guys, I just shit myself. I have to go home. But then I'd still get paid for the day.
But that's not what bosses do.
That's what this boss would do.
Yeah, that's why you're not a boss.
Yeah, that's what this boss would do.
But anyway, I just wanted to bring that up because I saw 3 different ones and they were different flavors of pie.
For each
one
day.
was cinnamon walnut pie day. But then a month later it was blueberry pie day. So people love pie so fucking much that we had to make a day for every flavor. It just blows my mind. People have too much fucking time.
See,
on
I've
their
never
hands.
heard of cinnamon walnut pie, so we could be like, Happy Jalapeno Squirrel Cake Day.
That doesn't make sense, though. I mean, I get it.
Half of it doesn't
People
make
would
sense.
go, "What is that?"
It's.
But I wonder how many.
It's delightfully gamey with a spice right at the end.
Oh, gross. But I wonder if people like you have to have a certain amount of people to back it. Like I have 500 signatures to say this is 500 people like this. You and I could stand out in the street. People will sign anything.
I don't know.
They will sign anything.
Well,
I watched YouTube videos of them testing people's like intelligence.
Yeah.
And going up and saying, "Yeah, I'm here trying to save the walruses from losing their tails. Would you help me out?" And people will sign it because they're like, "Yeah, that sounds like they are in danger."
Well, yeah, but it has to be something like
what?
I mean, I don't want walruses to lose their tails.
But that's not a real thing. That's the problem.
Oh.
That's the point.
Walruses don't have tails?
Yeah, but why would there be a movement to say, I want to protect them from... Who's taking tails off of walruses?
This is a fucked up world, Zach. We don't know.
I mean, fair.
Did you see The Cove?
The Cove.
Did you not see that documentary?
I don't
remember. Some Asian country. I don't know where it was exactly. But
of course it's an Asian country.
Careful. They got all they like netted an area a cove, like an area, and they pulled up, they like trapped a bunch of dolphins in there to where they couldn't escape, and then a bunch of guys in boats and out on land were just fucking stabbing them and killing them and
Glad
shit.
you said stabbing and killing, because when you said the bunch of guys were just fucking
dolphins.
I was like, oh boy, that went really sour.
Well,
it was really sour anyway.
Kind of worse.
It is. What's worse, killing or fucking dolphins? What a question.
What's worse?
Yeah.
Let's
what's viewed as worse by the general public?
I mean, we're not getting into that. I don't even know how to answer that question. All right, fair enough. All right, so you had a topic that you wanted to get into today. And here's the thing. I'm going to preface with this. Man. I'm letting him start this because I am the one that's very unwilling to believe in conspiracy theories, in ghosts, in psychics, in horoscopes. I'm a very skeptical person. But he, on the other hand, is more willing to explore it, I guess. So the floor is yours, sir.
As I quickly pull up the one article that I wanted to reference very specifically.
Okay.
So do you ever have a moment in your life where there's deja vu and you're like, oh, damn, I feel like I just did that?
Yeah, I think
and then you just kind of move on. You just swish the thought away and you're like, no, I couldn't have done that. There's no way. Or have you ever been to a place where you're like, I swear I've been here before, but you never really have? It feels familiar. Right?
I think everybody's experienced deja vu. That's a real thing.
Have you ever had a smell?
Yes.
Where you're like,
smells 100% will set off memories.
And it's like, it's like, whoa, wait a minute. I blast from the past. I feel like I'm 6 years old.
Yeah.
Why are those things so strong in our lives?
Well, I just think that's just your brain. Your brain is a powerful, complicated thing.
Okay.
Well, but smells can definitely take you. I mean, sounds, smells, songs. I mean, there's been songs that I haven't heard for 20 years, and when I hear it, I'm like, oh my god, I stubbed my toe when I was fucking 8. You know, I mean, just memories pop up out of nowhere.
So then, all right. So if our brains are so powerful, then let's talk about like twins, right?
Okay.
Paternal or maternal twins. All right.
Right.
A lot of times in life, they share things throughout life. They could be nowhere near each other and feel the physical pain of the other person.
Where are you going with this?
As I choke. It doesn't want me to say this.
It doesn't want this. Something's holding you back. Then maybe you
It doesn't want me to talk about this. Folks, the feds are on to us. Oh, God. We're in the Matrix. And that was more of a question. I didn't really mean to say it like we are.
We're in the Matrix?
Yeah.
What are you talking about? Are you talking about the movie in the movie form?
Well,
or maybe not that?
Maybe not quite to that extent, but there's a lot of theories behind.
So I've heard the theory of our world, us living, is people suggest that we are part of a simulation created by a higher power. Not necessarily God or anything like that, but an alien race, for example.
Fair.
I mean, I've heard of that kind of thing, but as far as us being in a matrix, like you're talking about we're living in an artificial society?
We potentially could be living in a society that has been created by our unconscious brain.
I don't know what you just said, but it's scary. All right, your evidence?
So there are multiple reports that when your brain levels spike, paranormal activity is more inclined to happen. So the two go hand in hand. The only way to explain that is that your brain is creating what you're seeing. And what you're seeing doesn't physically actually exist on this plane. Therefore, there would have to be somewhere where your brain can project something that exists somewhere else in front of you. Because otherwise, it wouldn't be able to create something from nothing. It would have to create it from a memory. All things are derived from creativity and memory, right? If someone creates a new monster, the aspects of that monster are going to be created because of what they've already seen.
So
it may not look anything like what they've seen. If they're creating a dolphin that's half alligator, half robot, half T-Rex, they got it from all of those things.
So that implies that one's imagination or creative thought solely comes from what they've experienced in the past.
Bits and pieces, and they've put it together to create something new, and quote unquote.
That's an interesting concept. However, my question is, so you're saying that in this instance, the theory is what we're seeing, our minds are creating.
Correct.
Physically? As far as if we were in a matrix.
As far as what we understand is physical.
Okay, well, but here's the thing, though. You and I are standing next to each other, and I think of something, and my mind creates it physically because of the matrix or whatever.
Right.
You can see it. You can see it, what I thought of.
Because our consciousness are all connected.
Everybody in the world.
Everybody's consciousness is connected to some level. We're all, imagine this. Just imagine, right? We've all seen the Matrix movie. Although I found out at work the other day that there's a lot of people that haven't seen it, and that is just, people, wake up. Just go watch The Matrix.
I've seen it, but it was so long ago, I don't remember anything about it.
Okay, do you remember when Neo woke up out of his
That's Keanu Reeves?
goop? Yeah, goop, and he was like, "Oh God!" and there's bodies everywhere.
Yes.
Not quite to that extent. This is more of like a spiritual, unconscious wire that is connected to everyone's brain. We're all going through the same network, God, whatever you want to call it,
Right.
one thing, and everything is fed to and from that. If you have enough people thinking the same thing, it's power, right? Power of suggestion, the power of intuition. That's why people can predict things, right? Because if you have someone that predicts something, which we can go through that. We can go through Baba Vanga, Nostradamus. We can go through all those people.
Right.
They predicted things, and about 60% of what they've said has come true. Is it possible that the things that they've said are because collectively enough people heard it, that enough conscious effort was put in to create that event?
That's just so far. Or 60% of the time it happened because that's just how chance works.
So you and I could do that.
Do what?
We could predict right now something. We could predict. We could predict the next 5 years, just 5, right? It's
Right.
reasonable. And 60% of what you and I come up with would be accurate. Or what if we predicted things over the next 5 years, posted it all over social media, got news attention, sparked some sort of big event where people saw it worldwide, then there is a higher chance that 60% would come true.
Then the only way that I would believe something like this, if we would be able to convince the world or convince 60% of all population of something, like you said, something we've never seen before or something that our minds cannot even grasp.
Kaijus.
Kaijus? What the fuck is that?
You remember that movie, oh man.
You said that so much like I would have been like, yes!
Open. You remember that movie where the the people in the robots were fighting back the giant monsters coming from the ocean? There was like portals coming out. Prime.
It's based on the game, right?
Rim. Pacific
Rim.
Yes, kaijus. What if everyone collectively thought about, oh my God, there's this eruption in the ocean and it's a kaiju? Is there a potential that some sort of new discovery, maybe it doesn't have to be that size,
I'm thinking
would come out of there?
Yeah, but I'm thinking of something way more far-fetched. That's the only way I would believe it. Something like that could happen. Well, loosely. I'm saying, no, but I'm saying.
You see my face.
to that extent, but I'm saying, so, all right, so in the middle of some fucking county in Delaware, there is a water well. And in 2027, on February 10th at 3:28 in the morning, a fucking purple
but you've already made mistakes.
cat with big massive tits is going to crawl out.
That is terrifying. But you've already made a mistake. You put a specific time on it, right?
Oh, okay. Well, then without that.
Not even a specific day. Let's just give it the year. The year.
2027.
Right? 2020. Well, that's not a good year. We can get into 2027.
Purple cat with massive tits is coming out of a well in Delaware.
Please say 2026. We're not. 2027 is like the end of the world. But anyway.
Oh, please.
All right, we can get onto that somewhere else.
All right, 2026.
Okay, 2026. All right, everybody, write that down. Well, we have to have a following. Okay. Now, you know me.
Hashtag purple tit cat.
And AI will create it somehow, I'm sure.
Yeah, I mean, we could.
It's disgusting. Anyway, you know me. You've known me for a while.
Right.
I grew up with religion, right?
Yeah.
So what I'm about to say is me playing the devil's advocate.
Okay.
I just want that to be very clear.
Fair enough.
The power of suggestion, like we mentioned, the power of a collective consciousness thinking the same thing.
Yeah.
Prayer.
So you're saying prayer is what? Yeah, but not everybody's praying about the same thing.
Not everybody, but you have a good majority. A whole church of people praying for the exact same thing. Oh, there was a miracle. They were saved. Or, oh my God, someone donated $1 million. It's these things that come now, not all the time, of course. This doesn't always happen. Prayer doesn't always answer all questions. It doesn't answer everything.
But you're saying I think the vast majority of people that are praying are probably praying for. Excuse me. God damn, I'm sorry.
They're praying for gas.
The release of it.
The release of gas. Yeah.
Praying for peace. Well, that sure as hell isn't happening.
But okay, depends on where you are. We're in a moment of peace right now.
Are we?
You and I and our families.
Oh, so
you know what I mean? It depends on your perception.
Okay, but worldwide peace.
Okay. How many people are daily? Do you wake up every day and pray for peace, or do you just think, I wish everybody would just fucking get along? That's not enough. If you're mentally preparing yourself and praying to whatever God you want, you pray, and you're dedicating that moment to say, I really, 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 in my heart and soul, wish there was peace. If you had millions of people doing that,
more than half the world,
I bet you something would change. I'm not guaranteeing that there would be peace, but maybe there would be a step towards peace.
But that wouldn't be materializing something. That wouldn't be creating
something.
But
if we never did that, maybe nothing would happen.
But that wouldn't be creating something out of nothing. That could 100% change society's mindset about something.
Which then changes what happens.
But that's completely different. Changing a mindset or how the direction that society is going based on how people think is not creating something materially. It's not manifesting something.
I don't know.
Now, granted, peace is a social construct. It's not something physical.
Yeah.
Okay. So we have 60% of the world for some reason is praying. Every person on the planet needs $10,000. That would help them get out of their financial bonds. Okay. It would help stimulate the economy. It would help with so much.
Fair.
And everybody prayed and prayed and prayed and prayed and prayed for $10,000. $10,000 wouldn't just pop up for every single person.
But maybe someone who's rich would say, you know what?
But again,
I'm going out. I'm giving everybody $10,000.
But again, that's something that's already there. That's not creating something out of nothing.
But you're creating the event from something that is already present.
An event. That's what I'm saying. But
the event may not ever happen until you have a collective subconscious pulling the strings of that event.
Next year, this time, when it's starting to finally get chilly.
No, it's not. It's so hot. It's so
either way.
hot.
Well, okay, give it another 2 months when it's starting to get chilly here on the East Coast. We are next year at that time. Okay. We're going to recreate Woodstock. Okay, and we're going to have it in your backyard.
Oh,
and the headliner is going to be Lucy, your dog. It can't happen until I come up with the idea. I just came up with the idea.
But you're creating something brand new.
Yeah. That's what you said earlier. You were saying that our eyes would create something.
Correct.
Would create, or not our eyes, our mind would create something from us thinking.
And again, if enough people got behind that.
Are you talking about physical things, or are you talking about social constructs?
Both. Physical and social constructs.
So give me an example of this happening with something physical that you think would happen.
Like I said, ghosts. Aliens that we see in the sky. We just had the event in California.
But I think that's there already. I don't think that's something that we're creating.
But okay, then we dive further, a layer deeper into the matrix, right? If we're truly in a matrix, then that stuff is created because we're thinking about it. And it's not really there, but we think it physically is.
Or get this. I know it's controversial. The shit's always been there. Because we were biologically created
by aliens.
No.
What were we biologically created by?
Well, fucking science, biology. We were all what's the word? Organically.
Side note, just.
And we were there. Sorry for those.
Side note,
y'all can't see.
he just took a shit.
No.
Side note, the word science just triggered me because in Vikings Valhalla...
You're triggered?
I am.
Hang on, you're triggered.
I need a safe space.
You need a safe space? Okay.
Vikings Valhalla, in the last season, they used the word science a few times. And I was like, bitch, this was the 1100s. I don't think we knew what the word science was.
What are they referring to?
Like things that science would be today.
Like beakers and stuff?
Yeah. Like I mean, they were saying something about I can't remember. It was like the mixture of paint. It's science. And I was going, what? You folks were just beating each other with sticks, and you knew what the word science was. Sorry, that fucking I was like so ruined instantly. That was it.
Yeah,
for me.
turn it off.
Turn
not
it
having
off.
it.
Fucking idiots.
Put on
Writers, fuck you.
Desperate Housewives. I'm not having this.
Desert Housewives.
Desperate.
Oh,
Desert Housewives. Oh,
new show.
dude, you take a bunch of.
A bunch of what?
I digress. But you take a bunch of like high class fucking Hollywood Hills housewives, and you put them in the fucking desert for like a week.
They'll all get stung
and
by
just be
scorpions
like,
and die.
go. Okay.
I mean, they'll all die.
No,
okay.
I mean, they'll have a film crew and they'll have safety people and stuff, but go, survive. Survive a week in the desert.
It's so hot.
Right.
Oh my, I couldn't watch that. I would not be able to watch that.
I would watch the fuck out of that show. I would eat that shit up.
The title would be, It's Hot. That's it.
I'm hot.
You're in the desert, bitch.
Oh, man.
But back to what we were saying.
Get a fresca.
Oh, God. Back to what we were saying.
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
So if we were in the Matrix, right? And I have some other points to bring up here on this.
Okay.
What would that mean for you as a person? Like if you found out, let's use 2027 because some shit's probably going to happen then. In 2027, the government comes to us and they say, we have somebody who needs to talk. And it's this alien who's like up on the podium somewhere.
Wait. Sorry. Just because I didn't follow you for a minute, I'm going to paint a picture. You're saying that our government comes on as like, ladies and gentlemen,
we have something to
people
announce.
of America, we have something
the
to
world,
announce.
Not America, the world.
People of the world, we have something to announce.
And we have a special guest who...
Please welcome...
Bob.
Blop Bleep or whatever.
Blop Bleep. Okay, Blop Bleep. And he comes up and he's not opening his mouth. And we're purple. Like, it's aliens.
He's purple and he has big tits.
Yeah, and he's furry. God damn it.
Please introduce yourself, Blop Bleep. Meow. No.
Jesus Christ.
I was right.
See? There you go. No, anyway. So he comes up, doesn't open his mouth. He just starts speaking. We can all hear it, but there's nothing moving. And he's like, I'm here to tell all of you, the world has come to an end. None of this physically exists. You all just purely existed in a facet of an unconscious world. Your physical body is what your brain provided for you to make you feel comfort on a biological level. And what really has been happening around you meant nothing. Everything is gone. There is no religion. We had to create those things to make sure that your brains didn't overload. And when you died, your brain was more or less just put into another subconscious somewhere. And that's why there was a lot of the rumors of, people feeling of they were living a past life and things like that. What would you...
I mean, all right. I've loosely used the term mind fuck before, but that would rock my world. But here's the thing though. I don't know if I would be able to comprehend what was being said to me. First of all, I think my mind would automatically go, okay, in a world where artificial intelligence can create more or less anything, this is a fucking joke. This has to be a prank of some kind. But then at the same time, if what this being was saying is true, what would happen? We all are aware that we don't exist, and this was just something created by our minds.
Right?
Would we all just dissipate? Would it just go away?
Either that, or we'd all kill each other because we got so frustrated, but because none of it really matters. We knew we didn't actually. No one physically exists.
What a depressing. That's not what this show is supposed to be like. What a depressing concept, though.
Right. I mean, but that's where people say religion can come from. Is, you go to heaven or you go to Valhalla or you go to wherever.
Yeah.
That's just the subconscious vacation spot. Isn't that fucked up though?
Until your mind moves
Until
on to
they
its
say
next.
we need a consciousness to fill the gap. And then your brain just goes whoop, or your consciousness goes whoop.
You've clearly thought, and we of you have kind of had a conversation about this before. Do you believe this?
I don't think I believe I don't think I fully believe in all of it, but I do believe that
it's an intriguing concept.
A lot of
sure.
the ghost things that happen, the paranormal, I do think is somewhat created subconsciously with the power of our thoughts.
Now, I do think that when people go into these haunted places and things, and I'm using air quotes, hear things or see things.
It's a house.
Right.
It's going to creak.
That's what I'm saying. I think your mind creates things that you want to see.
Right.
That I'll have to agree with you on. But to that extent that we are not physically here, we're not physically real.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I don't know that I can
way.
fully buy into that because it would take a lot. It would take a lot for me to really be like, fuck. But then at that point, it's like, well, fuck this. Fuck everything.
Right, yeah.
None of this matters. You aren't real. I'm not real. We're not really sitting here looking at each other.
But at the same time, though, even if we were able to grasp that and truly believe, but at the same time, I would still love my family.
Would you go to work anymore?
Do I need to survive?
Your physical body, but your consciousness
like
is just
the rest
there.
of the world would have to completely fall in line with this. I'm gonna go to the fucking store and I'm gonna fill up a cart full of groceries and walk the fuck out. And they're gonna go, sir, you have to pay for that. We're not real. None of this fucking matters. Your life is meaningless.
You'd be on
Leave
the headlines.
me the fuck alone. I need these Ritz crackers. God damn it. I mean, nah. I just think that the rest of the world would have to fall in line, or would descend completely into chaos.
I think it would. I honestly think it would, regardless of. You and I might be like, this is a joke. It's AI. You can see the little glitches on beep boop
right.
and all this. But I think half of the fucking planet would probably dive into chaos because people wouldn't be able to handle that. I wouldn't be able to handle it if I really believed it. I would be like, what the fuck?
Right.
I don't need to do anything anymore ever again.
Yeah.
I'm just going to let my body wither away and die. You know what I mean? It's like.
Always wanted to go to Japan. I'm going.
You know what? Send the nukes off. What does it matter? You know what I mean? It's like. But anyway, here's a story that might convince you, and I think I shared this with you guys.
I'm going to need to forget this before I go to bed tonight.
So mysterious last words of tech CEO Aaron Valenti.
Oh yeah, you did text me.
In October 2019, the CEO of a successful technology company in Salt Lake City, Utah, died under circumstances that remain a mystery to this day. Before her disappearance and being found dead in the back seat of her car, Valenti called her family and said a series of strange words. We are in the Matrix.
Well, a recording of her saying that?
They said that she called multiple family members, and that's the words that she used.
Said. Okay.
So it goes on to say that, after having dinner with a colleague, she called her family and informed them that she would be driving to the airport to take a flight back to Utah. The car was not where she had parked it, but she assured her mother that she would find it soon and everything was under control. Minutes later, okay? So let's dive into this. Let's stop. Woman had a nice dinner, called her mom and said, hey, I'm going to go to the car. I'm going to go get my car and I'm going to go to the airport. Everything seemed fine.
Yeah.
Minutes. I could barely take a shit in minutes. Okay, that's a quick amount of time.
Right.
Minutes later, called again and said that she had found the car. However, she now sounded agitated and said that although she had recently filled up the tank, the vehicle was running out of gas. Okay, pause. She's a tech CEO. She just had dinner, right? Her mind should be pretty clear.
She snapped. She's having a stroke.
Maybe,
Something.
or maybe somebody drugged her food.
Right.
And, okay, now, she then informed her mother that she probably would not make it to the airport and would miss her flight. That's reasonable, right? Your car's running out of gas.
Right.
You're in a panic. Aaron's mother, worried, called her son-in-law and asked him to contact her. The two spoke to her for the next few minutes, during which she sounded worried and confused. It's all a game, a mental experiment. We are all in the Matrix, were some of the words that she used. After the last call, no one was able to contact her ever again. 5 days later. Now, 5 days is an awful long time. That's the only really suspicious thing to me. Your family's worried. You sound frantic. You can't get a hold of her, and it's been 5 days.
And you're on the way to an airport. They should be able to find you.
They found 5 days on October 12th. The police found her body in the back seat of the rented car, which was parked in a suburban area. The body showed no signs of injury or suicide. The result of the autopsy revealed that she had no health problems, which they would have detected drugs if they would have seen that in her system. So now that's ruled out.
Yeah, but I think
if she had a stroke, they would have ruled that out. They would have seen that.
Where are you reading this from? What's the source?
This is a bunch of different web pages. You can look this up. Aaron Valenti. It's a bunch of different news.
And this is backed up by evidence. This is backed up by witnesses and all.
Hell yeah. The body showed no signs, right? No use of drugs and had no history of psychiatric illness. Okay? To this day, no one knows what really happened to her or what the exact cause of her death was. Of course, her last words have led to speculation that she's discovered something so important that she had to be, quote unquote, eliminated. And the idea that we live in a simulation is not so far-fetched if we remember that even Harvard scientists have suggested that our universe was created in a laboratory by higher life forms with technologies much superior to our own.
I don't want to talk about this anymore. God. I mean,
isn't that fucked?
That's fucked up. I mean, I will have to say that.
Like, no cause of death. None. She died a 30, how old was she? 38, 30 something
yeah.
year old woman. Natural causes? We don't fucking hear that shit. None of that happens.
Well,
there's a cause of death. They had a heart attack. They had a stroke. They had an aneurysm. They shit themselves and then their intestines fell out.
Right.
I mean, just there's
something.
Always something. Oh, well, they had drugs. They had prescription. They took too much of their prescription drug and it killed them. Nothing.
Again, this is just me, and you know this about me. I'm skeptical.
Which is good.
I would need to see an autopsy report to verify that.
Honestly, sir, Joshua would like to see your autopsy report.
Honestly, though.
I know.
I mean, really. I mean,
I bet you we could probably find it.
I want to know how fabricated this shit is, if it is.
True.
Because, I mean, that's the thing. Again, and I'm not saying you're gullible in a lot of ways.
I don't think so.
I'm not going to say about everything.
I like to try to believe things if there's enough evidence.
And I do the complete opposite. I like to dismiss it, which is probably unhealthy because I'm just like,
Right. Josh, there's aliens in the sky. I got to go to work. They're literally above us.
You can see them. Nah, that's a crow. It's clearly birds. No, I mean, I don't know. I mean, maybe it's because I don't want to believe that. I don't want to believe that we were created by a higher alien race or something,
right?
In a lab, like some Men in Black shit.
All the more reason. What if we were a subconscious society created by technology above us?
I don't know.
And they're able to watch us on a computer.
I don't know how the world would react to that.
That's the definition of the Matrix. Of living in a fucking simulation, controlled by other beings. In the moment, if you and I die in the next 24 hours, I just want it to be known. People, grab this fucking podcast and share this shit, okay? If you don't see us post another fucking podcast, something's wrong. Okay. Anyway,
can I just say this is not what I was told was going to happen on this episode? I love our government. I love whoever created us. We are real
Thanks,
people.
Josh. Now I'll be the dead one.
Dude, do you understand how fucking fucked I would be if I woke up? I don't even want to talk about it. If I woke up tomorrow and some shit happened to you, I'd call your wife and be like, what has he been doing down here? I would seize your fucking computer, tear into that bitch and see what you've been doing.
Yeah, seriously. Like, if that happened to either one of us, like if I woke up and they were like, your mom called me,
Dude, I don't even want to fucking joke about that shit.
My heart would drop so fucking quick and I would go, not only am I upset, but I'm fucking terrified. Like I think I'd be like, get the guns. I mean, I'd just, like, what if it is like the Matrix, just pull the plug on the back of the neck and he's like, oh, and that's it, and the body folds.
Fucking stop. I'm done. I can't do this anymore. Oh, that's crazy. That's fucking crazy.
It's terrifying. It's terrifying because in the small chance that these people are correct, we're fucked.
Minuscule chance. Tiny.
There's more people that have reported that and that have also gone missing.
Reported what?
That we are in the Matrix and then they go fucking missing. They're gone. They're no longer here.
I
can pull up story after story, but I mean, they're gone, you know?
Well, maybe recording this episode wasn't such a good idea.
I mean, it's I don't know. I mean, all right. What if it's not the Matrix? What if we're just on a different dimension? And that when you realize that we're in a Matrix, you're just sent to a different dimension and your physical body goes blah.
And
but you have another one, a double in the other dimension, right?
So you just pick up where that person left off?
Yeah, you become one with that being.
I wasn't wearing socks when I got here.
You wouldn't know that because you might be like, damn, I don't remember putting these clothes on.
Right.
But it's so close to our reality that maybe we've already done this.
Will you stop? Good Lord. I'm tripping. I'm over here tripping, man. That's crazy. That's a crazy fucking thought.
You wake up and really that's body number two. Number. That's
Number.
know what? If I have another body out there, if you could stutter less or speak clearer, that'd be great. Just come on in.
Yeah, if my knees could not hurt so much, that'd be great.
But what if you woke up and you didn't know? You were like, man, something feels a little strange. I just feel off today. You just go to work like normal, but really another dimension you joined in with you, and it just is just little period of shit where you're adjusting, and then you're like, oh, everything's normal. But little things have changed that you didn't recognize.
I'm saying this like recording. I'm saying this on the episode right now, so it will happen next week. Next week's episode is going to be much more lighthearted. It's going to be much more lighthearted.
Oh, absolutely. We can only do these like once every 5
minutes. I can't talk about this shit every time. That's crazy.
Just for the audience's view, Josh's legs are shaking because he's just like, I can't do this much longer.
I'm not shaking like...
No.
When I'm anxious, I do this bob thing with my knee. I'm fine. I'm good. But that stuff's always freaked me the fuck out. Like
and why though? Because it could, if the small percent chance that it could be real,
but not because
terrifying.
but not because it could be real. But the idea of something like that is awful.
But you'll never know.
I don't want who I am in 38. I'm gonna be fucking stuttering and shit. In 38 years, I am who I am because of decisions that I've made. And what if that was all for nothing? That sucks. That's terrifying.
What if it was a collective decision between the multiple yous that have joined in from other universes?
Podcast over. We are done talking about this shit. I'm putting my foot down.
But you'll never know.
Yeah.
You will never know. It could happen multiple times to us throughout our life. We might die here, but we won't know that because we'll just be in the other. Yeah. And we'll think that nothing had ever changed. But in this dimension, everybody's upset. Yes, I realize I have taken us down a very dark path.
But we've done this before. Just to give you guys some clarity, years ago, our other best friend had a minivan that we relentlessly picked on him for. And we used to sit in his minivan and would argue about shit like this.
Yeah, we would.
And just I mean, so this, it's kind of...
What do you mean we're in another dimension?
Yeah, it's come full circle, 100%.
Oh, man.
I mean, that's a scary concept, man. That's definitely... for sitting here right now, no, I don't believe that's the case.
Right.
But the fact that people can come up with that idea is fucking scary.
And then it goes back to, what if collectively we make it real?
Nah, we're not going to make that real.
You're like, let's just stop. Nope, I'm done.
We're just not going to think about it. Nah, I don't believe in that kind of thing. I mean, but I'm skeptical with a lot of this stuff. I would need to see some pretty damning evidence that, well, for one, that woman who disappeared, what was her name?
Erin Valenti.
Erin Valenti. I mean, I would need to see a bit more on that. I would need to, I would love to be able to look it up and be like, it was fabricated. It was made up for a movie or some shit.
Right.
Doubtful. I certainly don't want to make light of someone's death.
Right.
But at the same time, I mean, I don't know. That shit's crazy. That is, I mean,
to think that someone could go from being sane, being a CEO of a tech company,
right,
having the time of their life, setting up business meetings, and you're getting ready to go home, and then just fucking everything falls apart. Everything in your life just comes to a crumble within minutes, and then you just die.
But people can snap.
I understand that, but you don't just die. You don't just go, oh, and that's it. There's a cause. You have a stroke. You have anxiety, and it causes a stroke, and then you die.
Right.
There was no sign of stroke. There was nothing. She was just dead.
Autopsy report.
Yeah, I know. I agree with you.
I don't want to see it, but I mean, I'd be interested in it.
We could always request it. It's been 5 years, though.
I'm not requesting shit. We're not doing research into this.
Because you're afraid they're going to come after you.
I don't want people... No,
there's a real fear there.
I am not interested. I don't want to know. It's an interesting story. It can make a good movie.
We'll test this theory. I want to know.
Well, then you...
If I die in the next... Oh, I'm not going to say that.
Yeah, let's go ahead and call this episode, shall we?
So if everyone listening, all 6 people plus, whatever.
We love you all.
We do. If you have an opinion on this, or you have some evidence, or an experience maybe that you have to bring forward, email us. Send us something. Comment on YouTube. Do something. Because, this is a very interesting topic.
Yeah.
Albeit very scary.
It's very
terrifying. Scary. We could really use some help understanding, because this we truly do not understand.
No,
I mean, it's...
I mean, that's probably... Yeah, I'm not even going to say anything else about it. But to echo that, yes, please, send us an email, helpuspod@gmail.com. We're on YouTube, helpuspod. We're on YouTube. Help Us Understand Podcast. please subscribe and like the videos and comment. We definitely want your comments. We want to know if we suck. We want to know if you think it's funny. We want to know what you thought about what we're talking about. And also, we're on Spotify and Apple. Well, no, we're not on Apple yet.
On
just
Apple.
Spotify.
Come on, Apple.
Yeah, we're
Let's
trying.
go.
We're waiting for them. But if you like it, check us out. Definitely like the videos, like the podcast. And yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it. That was definitely one for the books.
That was
a good episode.
That was a good
sure.
one. Woo!
Yeah, we'll see what we can talk about next week because we really don't
And
know.
hopefully we'll see you guys next week.
Dude, don't do that. On that note, thank you all very much. I was Josh.
I was Zach.
Thanks.
Was.
What, dude? Bye.
Bye.